Hello, in this video I'll be going over the top 10 bugs that need to be fixed in Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary Flight before full release coming to PC. I will provide the list of all the known bugs in Halo 2 Flight in the description down below, so if you want to check it out for yourself you can do so. Also, you might have to link a Xbox account with the website if you want to sign in and view it. With that being said, let's get into the video. Point of this Halo 2 flight is to test for any bugs or glitches that might be encountered in the full release. So if you do encounter anything in the flight, be sure to report it to 343, submit a ticket, and they will address it. So this whole list will be top 10 from what I think should be addressed right away before the full release of the game. A few bugs on this list has to do with frame rate, and the first one is being stuttering when moving or on objects is present when unlimited frame rate is enabled. So if you go to your settings and put on unlimited frame rate, you're going to experience some issues potentially, and I think that really kind of ruins the immersion of the game. So this is one of those things that I think that really needs to be fixed, especially when this happens in a multiplayer match. So there's a strange bug where settings saved in the flight are saved in the same file as used with retail MCC on PC. So you might experience some issues where when you save certain settings in the flight version of Halo MCC, those settings might just transfer over to the PC or Steam version or Windows version of the game. So this next bug has to do with campaign, and that bug is that some missions take a long time to load and have FPS drops on first launch of the mission. Not only is there FPS drops, but the wait time sometimes when you try to go into a mission, and it's a bit of an annoyance that I think they should address, and especially if you're going on a long campaign run, this is going to slow you down, and it's a little bit frustrating, but nothing too bad, but something that I think needs to be fixed before full release of the game. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe for more Halo videos weekly, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be notified as soon as the video goes live on my channel. If there's any bugs you feel like should be fixed before release, let me know down in the comment section below. So next up on the list is another campaign bug, but it's restarting and skipping cutscenes can cause Covenant character models to become disfigured in Halo 2 Anniversary graphics, and those are just one of those things that kind of break immersion, so it would be a good thing to get this fixed before release. It's one of those straightforward things that I don't think would be too much of an issue to get fixed. This next bug is another bug that has to do with frame rate, and that's performance in theater films is capped at 60 frames per second when frame rate is set to unlimited. So another bug that has to do with the frame rate setting set to unlimited, and there's a couple more on this list that I feel like needs to be addressed. So this bug up next also has to do with the settings with frame rate set to unlimited, and that is that there is a slightly higher latency input on your mouse when your frame rate is set to unlimited. And I think this is one of the biggest things that need to be fixed before the full release of the game, because latency is really off-putting. It's really annoying to deal with, and also if you play multiplayer, it's one of those things that could make you lose, make you die, and just kind of cause some frustration. Next up we have texture resolution is displaying in low quality through various parts of the title. I experienced some of this throughout the campaign, not too much, but one of those things that kind of needs to be fixed, especially for those who do play campaign a lot, will definitely encounter something like this more frequently. So this next bug is the last bug on this list that has to do with frame rate, but if you watch your frame rate, then you might notice this, or just might notice this when just playing throughout the game, but frame rate is locked to multiples of 60 for both campaign and the multiplayer. I've encountered this a little bit. I don't have a ticker that shows my frame rate exactly, but I do know when this happens, and it's quite annoying and a little frustrating, especially when I'm playing multiplayer, and it's one of those things that definitely needs to be fixed before Halo 2 releases completely on the PC. I haven't experienced this next bug personally, but I've had people in a couple of my matches complaining about this. Whether sound distortion is present after firing the battle rifle in multiplayer, which is kind of off-putting, and it seems like it would be a simple fix, but they know it's there, so 343 is most likely going to get this bug addressed and fixed before release. This is the last bug on the list, another one that I've not experienced personally, but I feel like it needs to be fixed right away before release of the game. But the bug is, on your first time booting the game, when you'll leave any Halo 2 game, the loading screen appears in all menus, and that could be really off-putting, and it could make things difficult navigating through the menu. So I think this is one of those things that are just as important as everything else on this list that needs to be addressed, and hopefully it does get fixed before the full release of the game. So these 10 bugs, I believe, are one of the worst of the list, but there are some that you may think are worse. Let me know down in the comment section below. But as a community, we should be doing our best and everything we can to find all the bugs that are there, so 343 could really focus on them and prioritize which ones need to be fixed right away and which could be held off on a later date. So of course, not all of the bugs will be fixed, but the most important and more problematic ones will be. If you have enjoyed the video, drop a like, and let's try to hit 10 likes this time, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Peace.